Okay, it's a new day. Oh my God, this is my second video. This one is enlightening. You know what I'm doing? I'm doing something that I really don't want to do. I'm taking off the stuff on my walls and reorganizing it a little bit neater because I'm tired of looking at the old room, so the new room goes a little bit neater. And then along the way, before I do it again, I'll stick other things on the wall and move things just like that for a daily thing. And then in 2, 3 months later, I'll reorganize it again. And I'll reorganize it again. And eventually everything will be in so many of the places it should be, but at other times it does not, has to change. Excuse me for the way I just said that, meaning that on the daily routine of my thinking, things go in certain areas, I'll bump into them. I may read them. I sit by my wall and go, 3 years ago, my 48th birthday, I stuck that up on the wall, and I don't want it on my wall anymore because there's no more place for it. I can put it in the old pile, but I never want to forget it. So what do? I become the hoard, and I hoard everything. I can't throw out anything anymore. And now even if I cut my hair 3 days early, I go, oh my God, it's 3 days early. I cut my hair. I don't want to see. I got to wait 3 more days before it's just the way it was today. How we perceive in our own mind. Tom Hanks, to tank, Hamon, to thank the Yank of Tank, okay? We go to garlic, 53.46.99. Do you know what this says? L, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. O, 15, 1 and 5 is 6. V, 22, 2 and 2 is 4. 5, letter E, love garlic. Why? Because when I was looking up garlic, they give it this number. And this number says to love, you must have garlic. Garlic. 100 grams gives you B6. That's who you are. The egg of who you are gives you the B6, the percentage point of 9 and 5. The splitting of the 2 aisles, right? But this shows a lower and a higher. So there's 2 ways to look at this. But irregardless, man is number 52 and it's his vitamin C. His copper is 33% of the Christ. Copper of the Christ. Right here inside the garlic. Can someone tell me what this is? I know if we discuss this with enough people, I'll be able to tell you what it is without reading the book, just by listening to all your, all the meanings in copper. And then just tell me any story you want about everything that you know about this, and I'll tell you the in-between story. Is it your grandmother or the grams? 100 grams, grandmother, grandfather, ginger root. 30-30 ginger root. Gin. What is gin about? Getting 433? What is the win of gin? How does gin work? Okay, because it's big time in ginger root and how ginger root works on you. 30-30, ginger in Gilligan's Islands. Then jur and man, 28 for man. Jur is 30. 30 becomes 6 is 9. 8 becomes 2 is 10. 1 plus 0 equals 6 plus 1 is 7. Jur equals 9. This one will equal 7, 7 and 9. Okay, the birth and the gateway. German is 58. 58 is now electric company because 8 by 5 and 8 plus 5 is 3 and 5. 8 by 5 is 40 and 8 plus 5 is 13 is 53. 1 and 3 is 4. Okay, 1 and 3 is 4, but 40 becomes 46. So now it becomes 46 and 13 is now 59. Now you got the 2 islands, the 2 worlds, but I'm connected to them. You gotta go through me, the 2 system. That's what I'm assuming. You show of what goes in me, and you show of what goes out of me. Everything else is the spirit that lives within me. Can I look at it that way? That is one way to look at it. I know there's another one if I go over it and over it and over it, because I never did this before. This is the first time right now, so what you heard is, I just thought it. I didn't even think of this before the video start. I was telling you like it went the way, okay. Okay, to move on, because I can't express and understand everything, you understand? So if you had a 5-card straight, that was crazy. This pin just came off of me, unpinned. Something just unpinned just now. This just fell off of my hand. It was stuck to my hand. I have to look into my hand. It was over here. Gin, you get 5 cards for a straight. You get 5 color. Do you get that in gin, or is gin just 3 of a kind? And, oh, yes, Gin is special. That's not a straight of 5 of a kind. Gin is a straight of 3 of a kind. 3, 4, 5 is a straight. Now, if you walk into most of the North American casinos, okay, yeah, they're always skating you, right? They will give you. Okay, so if you walk into their casinos, they got a game right now that, what is it called? I wish I went more often. I'd remember more of the good stuff, eh? Entertainment. You ever go to a casino? Oh my God. I don't even know which way to look. What do I take a gamble on? Which way did she go? Or the one that hasn't left the hole? Hey ho. Hi ho, yeah. I give you a little money, you give me a good time. Pretty cool. And you know what? It's always like a fresh new date, right? Even if you pay for someone's dinner or you go out or you pay somebody, it's a fresh new date. How you perceive, how she perceives this is going to make the basis of how you're going to feel. Okay? And that becomes who you are in life by deciding on your own perception and not what it meant, what somebody else gave. What somebody else gave and how you felt are two different things. We separate the perception all by ourselves. I saw 2 guys racing down the street. I had a thought. I had a thought. My perception was, oh my God, they're racing each other. That's too fast. The kids, and they might be going fast because something is faster behind them. That's going to crunch them, and they have no choice. Ginger or German becomes 58. Ginger becomes 72. 36 and 36 on 2 sides, 72. 1/2 of the day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm telling you. 72 hours, it's probably just one day. You ever see on the Unlock, the game on the Price is Right? They only turn it 3. But reality, you put it on the left or the right. So you're only turning it 2. But you have to decide from where you stand if you have the correct spot. So although you stand on the correct spot in the Price is Right, or you go to the left or you go to the right, you have to have 3 choices. Do I stand here? Do I go left from where I stand? Or do I go right from where I stand? The operations of what you did, the turnstile your fingers are on, and what it's connected to so it follows the motion. But if you only put one finger onto it and you pull it over, if you pull too hard, it turns around. So to be safe, you put on your... You ever grab the turnstile of something of 3 sides? How many fingers actually go on it for a good turn? This is your ginger root. 60 for ginger, 68 for root. 128, one spirit of time, heaven, heads or tails in the Venus world. 128 plus 6 becomes 134 because 0 equals 6. This is 134. AC/DC, the energy power of the AT transmission, which Miss Connecticut, which is the cat inside our head. That's why Connecticut on Monopoly is a little grayish blue, because it's in the blue world and it's on your gray head. Because the power in of all information of hydro, once it's redistributed, it only gets its color from your own expression of your thought. Otherwise, it's a gray hookup. It's an energy. Take it as you need. The elephant. So now we have 128. We have 134. Now, when you go 134, you have to do, if you want to go to whole thing, it's 13 times 4 is 52. It's 14 times 3 is 42. There is a 10 difference. 94, that is Uranus. There is also 43 and 34, which is the 2 moons, 19 moons of Mars. Mars is alive. It's got 2 bars on Mars, and they're alive. And all this because I was thinking of ginger root and garlic. Gar actually says the train station. It also says war and allergies of ragweed. Then once you're speaking of weed, we can go a little further, but we're not. Once the A is before the R, okay, it is the anterior transmission to the angel resident, AL, not ER, as in German, because ER and AR are the same family reverted in the other world. It's like showing you a DVD. Okay, it's the electronic that goes into the angel resident, the one who supports, like an electrical box. That's all we are, is electrical boxes. I'm holding my hands up because the motherboard of Oasis, or whatever the name is, Oasis, the Oasis, ISIS, the Oasis of all, is what this says in here under the dome. Machines, computers, they plug up the little wires and different elements are always working. You know what I'm talking about? I wish I can tell you, but all you have to look into is that what is it inside? What is it inside? It's the one who knows all the knowledge. And the one who knows all the knowledge gets all the energy from all his little buddies and all his friends, and he sends it out. And they sing, they say, listen to my voice. Can you hear me? And the next one says, can you hear me? And the next one says, can you hear me? And the next one says, and they're just passing it on until you hear what I said. Can you hear me? I had to thunk it before my body exalted it. And then the computer said, I heard it. I heard it. I felt it. When I heard it, I felt it. My body was tingling. Ooh, and we didn't even touch. Where else are we talking now? Where do we go? What other? Can we do one more before I ruin this video? Okay, we're going to pick up, there you go. Ginger. I want to go a little bit further down this and see. So let me push you over just a bit before we end this video. Okay, it was showing different things about ginger root and world's rating of ginger root slices. TBS 2241, 5 calories, 6 grams. DRIDV equals 75, 44 space, dry space. Okay, so where the dry space is where the computer system has to stay drier. And then the next dry says 50, but the density is 3.4. That when the density, well, what am I doing? Just look. See this? I take all this, okay? I take everything here, and I give everything number values. Then I go back and say, this is 3/4 of 100. This is 10% of 10, which is 1. This is 7.6, or 10% of 1, which is 7.6. This is 5%. This is 5% of, and now I'll take, 50%. So I'll divide all these by 3/4. Okay? Anyways, whatever it is, 25%. This is man's earth. This is the two worlds, and this is the electricity that hooks up and intercepts and divides between. This takes in and gives out the 2 to make one work. 50 and 25. This is the dartboard. These two total this one. 10, 17.5. That's absolutely excellent because it's the gateway of the piano is in your head. I believe somehow that because man is 9 birth coming into the 8th world, he actually has the passage of 6 with the 1 spirit leaving the 7th gateway. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense, Ronnie? Ronnie, you know no one's listening to you right now. But when I talk like that, it seems like no one is listening to me. When I just talk out there and say what I see what I say. And that was only about Ginger. She was on Gilligan's Island with Mary Ann. You sure it wasn't Mary Jane because Gilligan was so inframe? I mean, he was always hanging out with the professor. How do you know, professor, eh? How do you know there was no ganja out there in Hawaii? There's no ganja in Hawaii? Isn't that where it was about? There's no ganja in Hawaii, right? That's why Gilligan was always like that. And the professor was always going, well, you see, dear? You see, Gilligan? And Mr. Howell, somehow he always had liquor to drink. I mean, he couldn't really think. Let me see where else we are. I know some of you have already turned this off, so you won't hear these words. Okay. Health benefits, history, how to enjoy, community, feeling great, eating healthy, WH Foods List, food advisor, questions, 100 recipes, eating, how foods help you stay healthy, community, who we are, getting started, WH Foods List. Okay, so we're going to do the WH Foods List, and it's got beets, and I've always wanted to see the beets, okay? What do you want to see? You want to see what a carrot is? Yeah, we're going to have to do carrots. It's actually lettuce, but they made us believe that rabbits actually prefer carrots than lettuce only because they didn't want to let us know. So they wanted to carrot us off and sell us a carrot and a diamond jewel and a bunny rabbit carrot. And then the diamonds were carrots. And did you know that the 7.4, I don't know what it is, but you have to look for a diamond that's 7.4, it's going to be perfect. And that's the Christ. Isn't that crazy? The diamond is perfect. It's the number 60 becomes 66 becomes 3, connecting to the 3 world because it is 66. 66 is made up with a 42 because on the dice, a 6 is made up with 2 in between and 2 at a distance. Because if you have one on top on the left, you have to have the bottom on the right. They're the complete exact distance replicas of themselves. Okay? If there was a circle, you got to come back into yourself. The 2 card and the 6 dice, okay? The 6 dice and the 4 dice on the dice cubes. Okay, you see this? This, too, is a long one. It's a long one. It's not a cross. This is shorter. You can't turn it to the side and make it that 2. Okay, this becomes another 2 of 22. And when this becomes 22, the angel actually pops up. Yeah, I'm going to show you why. Let me try and show you. Do you see this? You know why the angel pops up? Because take a look. In order to make the second, here's the first kind of 6. There's the second kind of 6. Now, this is the third kind of 6, east and west. And now we're back to this kind of 6 over here on this angle. So these angles and these openings, those are your angles, your angels, because something can live there now. Before, they were closed. They can only live in the house, but you can't live on top. You can't go down to the bottom of the oceans. So when you see the 6, that is a cross. Okay, like this, that is a 2 and 4 6. The 2 goes in between. Okay, it's 4 and 6. 4 and 6 is everything to 75 and 86. Right from 56 to where 56 becomes 11, 30, 41 plus 6 because of the 0.47 of time. It is also the USA number of pennies you have in your pocket between 1 penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. But did I say a nickel? That equals 41, USA 41. U21, U21, S19, A1, 41. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, and that brings up to the, yeah, that brings you up to the IT system. 5 times 4 and 5 plus 4 is 20 plus 9 equals 29. Because there is a 20, add 6 equals to 35. Electric company. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 equals the 8 ball with the 15 you knocked in. The 15 becomes 6. It becomes 8 and 6 because 1 plus 5 equals 6. 8 times 6, 8 plus 6. 48 and 14, 62. That is the queen in the doghouse. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5. 5 times 6. That is the white wolf connected to the little rabbit. We were talking about the rabbits and carrots. So let's go to carrots over here. And we're going to see all the things that the bunny says. What is the bunny? What is the reflection of the bunny? And let's go. Let's just get the camera off the ceiling there, Mr. Tack Pans, and go down to the screen. Okay, here we go. Vitamin A, 113.2, 132, 66, and 66. The biotin shows 3 worlds because the 0.3 and everything has to become perfect. So if that was 3 worlds, how many worlds is it over here? It needs to be 3 worlds over here. It is not equal. So this says the 2 worlds of 3 creation. The K is the connection in the piano that connects the G with the A. The fiber gives you the AC energy from the cat inside your mind. The molybdenum does one other thing, but this is only connected to something to do other than, this is anterior. This is a passage of something because it's 5% of something. It's 5. It's in between everything. That would be putting it on the trains, if that what it was, and be the passage on the trains. So what is the trains inside your body? Potassium shows that the division between 2 sides, the energy that goes and flows within your body, okay, is being what I see as equalized or repeated in some sense. I'm not really understanding what 111 is, but 666 shows all the worlds. 666, 999, 333. This would be like Lovejoy, whatever it is. Give a value to Lovejoy, you got potassium. Vitamin B6 is 10% for the 10% of the mind that we run. Okay, 13 is actually 136 over here. This would be 136. Forget about the B. This over here, this B turns into a 13. Then it becomes the 613 of football, and it's telling you all the rules. Okay, maybe it has to do with the judgment. Rotation in 9 and 6, your world inside of you and the circle world. Magnesium. Magnesium is an energy that's got in the passage system. There's a 5 here, there's a 5 here, and there's a 5 here, which is the copper, again with the blood. It has to do with your passage. 3 world connectors. This is to do with your mind thinking, vitamin E. Okay, vitamin E, actually it's the B 5 by 4, 5 plus 4, okay, is 2029, which becomes 35. This is your electric company. This is your energy. Something to do with your energy. And I don't care if it's your skin. It could be an intake, okay, of your energy. Here, we did B3, 133, 7.5. This is exactly the period of time we're in. Vitamin B3. So whatever that is, vitamin B3 carat, 7.5% of it. So that would mean we need almost 14 carats. We need 14 carats. We need 1,500 grams of carrots to get 500 calories. Okay, in order to figure out the carrots sliced, the DRI, the DV, the vitamins, they're all. I didn't do all of them perfectly because I need to sit down a little bit longer than that. This is the first time I ever really did anything like this. Let's take one more fruit. It's 21 minutes, but you know what? Corn. How does corn, what would somebody really want to know? Something that they like, something that you want to eat, that you want to continue eating. Let's go to meat. Oh, there's no meat on here. Oh, yes, here it is. Beef, grass-fed beef. Grass-fed beef. Let's just do this one real quick. Grass-fed beef has vitamin B12, 60% for 113.4 grams. Now, 113.4 grams, okay, the beef, for some reason, it talks about your DC system, okay, in the beef. As I understand, in order to return to this world, you need to be the birth of 9, and you must have 2 for the in and the out, 11, 3, 340, because the number of 4 ounces or 113.40 grams with 133 calories, okay, in beef, gives you the answer to what beef should do or be as part of our receptor of who we are in creation in this world, according to clues, okay? New dictionaries where if I say B12, you're saying, oh, we're going bowling. I say B12, 60%, you say, okay, this is what we're going to do, bowling. They're all codes, okay? All of the code of vibration within our own mind, okay? Certain things could not have been changed, so they added things on to them. Like instead of saying up, they say under, instead of saying down or below. Many choices. The zinc is at 37.1. Me, I'm a huge fan of 37, so I hugely like the zinc. The chlorine is 17.3, and for me, it's the 7th gate of the gateway of the piano. And I don't like that. I'm not crazy about 173. So next, it's the head and the tail. It's what they give to us and what we put back into the system, as into eating. The iron is 11.6 in beef, and that is good. And if you really look at it, it's all DC time, man. It's just very, very strong, the numbers. 60, 52, 47, 43, 37, 34, 17, 15. It's just very even. Talking about communication, very big communication inside of you, reception. This is what it's telling me. It's all about the reception. It's good for your mind. Okay, beef, grass, beef. Okay, cows that are grass-fed, strip steak. So if it's not great for us, maybe it's because whoever the other world is, tries to intercept us, and they have to feed us this better than good food. Okay, in an old system, in order for us to be able to vibrate properly for them so they can follow us, okay, in the computer system. Whether it's a computer system of matrix or whatever it is, if you really want to look at it, the earth that moves under your feet is following you constantly. It's not against you, it's with you. It's stabilizing you. Your heartbeat recycles into her system. You breathe her air. You can't get away from it without having any life at all. And then the add-on system, the system that's in this world, that reads off of the other system, that recreated new ways in order to find the reality of a conversation or a feeling. 4 by 3 by 5 is 35. 35 plus 12 is 47. B vitamin actually connects to the B6, connects to the B3. 60 becomes 66 becomes 3. 5% of 3 is 1.5, and the B12 is good for the eggs. I don't know. What do I know? Anyways, I've been here too long. Raphael, 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. Today is the 14th, 16, 14, 7 days from today. Is it going to be on the 20th as the eve? Is it going to be on the 21st as the eve to the 22nd? Is that only going to be the first day that the chicken lays an egg? And if she lays the egg for 6 days, then on the 7th day she doesn't lay the egg, and on the 8th day would be October 4th, and that would be the date that I mentioned for I don't know what reason 10 years ago, and we're coming up to it, and I'm like saying, let's go, and let's go. And somebody already asked me, says, what's coming? What's coming? Tomorrow, Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Tomorrow is just ahead.